I know you started with the research and then you move into the fantastical. How far do you go with the research before you allow your mind to take over, so to speak?
You know, it was really a question, once I learned about it, to ask the next question. You know, I'm such a big fan of Michael Crichton.
Okay.
And, you know, he was a doctor, and he would always do this. He would give you 10 facts, and one of them is total BS, but you don't know which one is BS, but everything else is correct, it's medically correct. And then you go, there's 10 facts, and then suddenly there's dinosaurs on an island. And you don't go, wait, is that possible? Is that possible? Wait a minute, which part wasn't possible? And in that kind of this psychology field, you know, it's kind of an amorphous field, you know? People, we don't know a lot about the human mind, what it's capable of, and that's exciting for me as a subject. And the more you look into it, the more it's astonishing, you know, what we're capable of. Like, you know, in practical terms, we go, well, no one could run faster than the 4-minute mile until someone ran faster than the 4-minute mile, and then 17 people did it in the same year, right? The mind went, wait, that's possible, and then suddenly it wasn't that suddenly there were 17 people that could run that fast. 17 people started to believe they could run that fast, right? And more, you see that. And so with these patients, what they believe is what they are. If they believe they are a person with high cholesterol, they have high cholesterol and need medicine for that. If they believe that they have diabetes, they have diabetes and they need to be treated for that. It's incredible.
It is so fascinating, but when did you first have the idea for it?
This character came about 15, 16 years ago, so it was a long time gestating.
So you got to ruminate as you're making other films and doing other things.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't make it for a long time, but I know why I'm making it now. Why? Because that type of storytelling, which is kind of the dark humor, kind of weird, scary thing, is totally where my head's at right now, and I'm really enjoying making it, and I think audiences really are liking it and want to responding to that kind of giggle when you're scared kind of thing. And it's contained, you know? It's a very contained movie, and I'm enjoying making smaller, contained movies. And I don't know, I was always kind of scared of this character because it's obviously an incredibly challenging character to direct, but I just kind of jumped in and I wanted to, in this day and age, why you go to the movie theater, it has to be something you've never seen before, or it needs to be like what I call CGI porn, you know, like, you know, just as much CGI as you can put on the screen, and that's the reason to come see it. But if you don't have CGI porn, it has to be something you can't miss, and a performance you can't miss. So I felt that leaned towards right now as well.
Yeah, and you have that here with James McAvoy. You know, it's very hard to play this role, and you have to get the right actors. Tell me about that process and finding him, making him the lead here, and you know, these 24, 25 characters.
It was. I can't say that there was any skill set, and you know, is super lucky. I mean, he literally walked into me. You know, at a party, you know, and I was like, this is the guy. You can say, you know, like signs and all that stuff, that these things were meant to be. I do believe in that. You put something out there and you're gonna get that back, you know, in a very specific way. And I wanted somebody very empathic for the part. I wanted somebody who could do the comedy, the physicality. It's tricky who could be that imposing and that gentle, that could play a child, and you know, and it wasn't silly, you know. Because a lot of times people walk in, if they're pretending they're a woman, a man pretending a woman, it's silly. But to lean into that of, I am, you know, not only am I, you know, I'm a religious woman, and you know, all the way he played it and all. He's a theater-trained actor. He had just won, I believe, Best Actor on the West End, you know, in the UK, as being the best actor in the country, and that's who I like to work with, is theater-trained actors. Betty Buckley is another one.